What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 70 of the Average AF podcast. I'm going to introduce myself first this time. I'm Adam McElroy, and I am here, as always, with Mr. Ryan Baker.
What up?
And, thank you for joining us on episode 70.
7-0.
Yeah, I don't even know what that number means anymore. It's crazy that we're up to 70 already. We got a couple big announcements though, as normal. As normal does not sound right. As always, but it's not as always.
Typically,
it's normally as typical.
Yeah,
as typical.
As typical.
As typical.
Astical.
Astical.
Oh gosh. So on to the news.
You got some problems. So yes,
this just in.
God. But yeah, so we got a couple updates. We got actually an exciting announcement. We are making Average AF podcast beanies.
Yes.
And I'm very excited about that. It's gonna have our gold logo on it, so it's gonna have these right here. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. I don't fucking know. Maybe we'll go like this right here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, maybe that autofocus is working. Maybe. Maybe. Probably not. That's cool.
But you got to make sure that you hurry up and do your pre-order, seeing as though we do only have 25 of them left.
Yes, there is only 25 available, and our Patreon members have actually bought a few of them already.
Okay.
So
the number's decreasing.
Yes, if you want one, please pre-order. That link's below. They're going to be $15 a piece if you pre-order. If you don't pre-order, price is going to go up after that. But
so make sure you pre-order.
The pre-order ends, I think, December 4th. So you guys will have like a week and a half from when you're hearing this to pre-order. But like I said, pause the episode right now. Go to the link below and definitely pre-order that. It's just going to be on a black beanie with our logo on a patch on the front. And I'm really excited for them.
Right.
The beanies are super good quality. I put one on just to like try it out, just to feel it. And I had to take it off within like a minute or two because it was so warm. Yeah. I was like, damn,
nice.
This is hot.
They're nice. I like
it's going to get real cold real quick. So please definitely order a beanie. And then we will have them available the week of the 7th. So December 7th. And if you're local, we can hand deliver and stuff like that. We can ship them to you as well, however we need to do it.
Yes.
But I'm very excited about that. Like I said, hit the link below in the description and get you basically one of 25 custom beanies. So,
get you a beanie.
Yes, I'm excited. And then we do have another special update that I have not told these guys yet.
I was about to say, I knew about that one.
Yeah, this one I'm actually pretty stoked on because by the time this episode comes out, we're not quite there right now, but by the time this episode comes out in a day or two, we are going to be passing 10,000 total streams on audio and video.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. Thank you, Justin.
10K.
But yeah, we're going to hit 10K. We got 6,500 on audio and 3,500 on YouTube.
That's not bad.
I think our first video on YouTube was episode 40. I believe.
Okay.
So obviously there's a lot of audio only prior to that,
yeah.
but yeah, we're gonna be up to 10,000 by the time you guys are listening to this. So
hitting some milestones there.
Yes, thank you guys so much. That means a lot to us. I'm kind of blown away at 10K.
Absolutely.
There are podcasts out there that get that in the first minute, Joe Rogan, but
right.
We are not Joe Rogan, so for us to get to 10K. Just in general is awesome. And again, thank you guys so much.
Well, I guess I can kind of segue off that then.
Okay, what's up?
Making sure that you guys go head out in there and like and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you tell a friend. Leave a review. Comment.
Yes.
Get on that Patreon.
All that kind of stuff.
Get the Patreon. Do it all, man. Seriously, though, thank you for your support and your continued support. So let's... continue to keep that going strong.
And we actually, speaking of Patreon real quick, I try not to plug it all that much just because, but we were talking pre-show. I'm not going to announce it yet, but we have a goal in mind for the Patreon. And once we reach that goal, I might do something kind of crazy.
We'll see.
And I'm trying to bring these guys into it too. But if it has to be me, that's fine. But we'll probably be announcing that honestly, probably in the new year. Just cause. But
Yep.
I'm excited about that.
We got something in the works.
Yeah, so watch out for that. But on this episode, we just wanted to go over kind of some crazy facts.
Yep.
Some weird stuff.
Some blow your mind things.
Yeah.
And some...
Yes. Me and Steve were hanging out Friday, I think. I don't know, a couple days ago. And we were just talking, and something came up, and I'm like, oh, did you know this crazy fact about that? And he's like, no fucking way. And I was like, yeah, fucking way. So I looked it up, and I showed him, and then, like, it was cool, whatever. And then we had another just random conversation. I was like, hey, do you want to know a random fact about that? And he was like, no fucking way. And I was like,
yes, fucking way.
yeah, fucking way. Thank you. I was wondering if you would catch on. And I showed him that, and he was like, that's fucking crazy. And then I was like, you know what we should do? We should do an episode on just things that will blow your mind, that make sense, but you just would have never thought about it.
Yeah.
And things like that. So before we get into that, is there anything else you wanted to update, or any other ideas?
Oh, dude. So tell me why earlier this week, I think it was like Tuesday or something, I woke up and thought I just slept wrong because my shoulder or my whole like rib cage was hurting.
Yeah.
Dude, it started hurting to like breathe, take deep breaths and stuff. I had a muscle spasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here, like right underneath where
That sucks.
right by my armpit.
Yeah.
Dude, it hurt so bad. Yeah.
I get those in my legs.
Yeah, but like I had to leave work early on Tuesday
That's
and
such
like
a
go
weird
in late
spot.
Wednesday. Yeah, and it happened out of nowhere.
That's weird.
Yeah, everything's
You
good
weren't
now.
like stretching, or you said you were sleeping?
I was sleeping and I woke up and like 2 or 3 hours went by and there was no change in it whatsoever. Like zero change. And then like I took a deep breath and I was like, God, that kind of hurt because it was right by my lungs.
Yeah.
So like when I took a deep breath, it must have like been
They
pushing the
expanded,
lungs.
yeah.
But dude, it hurt like hell.
That
Like to
sucks.
do anything. But yeah, I'm good now. But
That
I don't know what
sucks.
the hell happened. Just getting old.
Yeah, that's just old age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's that.
yeah, I mean,
right?
that's just
There's a fun fact.
right. Well, let's start these. I have 5 of them, and you have three. So
I got a few.
So I'll go ahead and start. We were watching. This was one of the ones that kicked off the crazy facts with me and Steve. We were watching. Have you ever seen Moving Art on Netflix?
Never even heard of it.
So I recommend it if you're listening to music or you're doing other stuff and you just need something on the TV just to watch.
Like a distraction?
Yeah, just like background, whatever. And it's really cool. It's like all, like, I don't know if it's 4K, but it's really like Ultra HD. And it's just like 30-minute episodes of just like oceans. And it's just high quality of like animals in the ocean. And like there's one on waterfalls, and it's just like drone shots, and it's just beautiful.
Okay.
It's really cool.
So it's like a visual aid calming.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the
And
calming sounds, but like in visual form?
Yeah, it's got music in it, but it's very like basic, like, yeah, kind of calming music. So we had music playing and then just that in the background. And we were watching the ocean one, and jellyfish showed up.
Okay.
And I said, did you know there's a species of jellyfish that's actually immortal? And
Yes,
he's like,
yes,
no.
I did.
You did? Okay. But yeah, they will not die of old age.
No.
At all. It's, let me see if I could pronounce it. It's the Turritopsis dorni jellyfish. They don't die of old age.
Nope.
At all. They basically, it said something like, once they start to get older and like kind of decay and stuff, they go back into their original, like, what is it, a polyp? Is that what it's called? A polyp form? And
Yeah.
then they kind of like almost rebirth themselves.
That's insane.
Like scientists have figured out that it's not,
reproduction of themselves.
yeah, it's not them like laying eggs or however they do it, which they can obviously reproduce too, I think, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
But it's them literally like going back to their original stage and coming
That's
back
nuts.
out. Like, that is crazy.
Right.
There's actually immortal jellyfish.
But it's like a crazy way of immortal too. It's like you're not just living forever. Like you're restarting.
Right.
Essentially, is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which is even more crazier.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so weird. Like it's because the reason we started that conversation, I was like, it's so weird that like jellyfish don't have a brain. Like they don't. They just have like a nervous system or something like that. But that's
that like runs through like their whole entire like all their tentacles and all that stuff.
But yeah, there's no brain, and I'm like, it's so weird that like some of them don't die. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, let me show you what I'm talking about. It's just interesting. It's just I don't know. It's something that's always kind of blown my mind.
Yeah, I mean, then you got sharks that are like. There's like that one shark, I think a Greenland shark or something like that. That's like 250 some years old lifespan.
Jeez,
is what it is.
I know tortoises are what 200-300 years old.
Yeah, they're
like,
alive. And I think it's something with the one of the sharks too. I think it's the Greenland shark as well. But I think it doesn't even get sexually active until it's like 150 years old.
Wow.
That's some crazy shit. I'd have to look that one up again, but I came across that at one point.
Imagine being like a tortoise though, and being able to be on land. And being 250 years old right now.
But you've also got to think about it.
You saw like what 1770, and you're seeing now.
But you've also got to think about it.
I
How long
would
do you
hate
think it would
us.
take for that tortoise to walk from here to that door?
Not long, a minute. Tortoises are slow, but they're not that slow. They can move.
True.
What were you saying, Justin?
I would hate us.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. You got to talk into the mic more.
I'm right here.
There you go. You were off to the side. It's but what's your first wild fact?
All right, so my first wild fact actually has to do with animals too.
Oh, nice.
In lifespans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I was doing research on like shortest living lifespan, like just to be curious, right? And it came up with a mayfly.
Okay.
So a mayfly, it said, can only live for it lives up to like 24 hours and then it dies.
Is that the thing that's fucking flying around in here?
No. I don't know what. That's the thing. I didn't know what they were really.
Cleveland.
I still don't.
You know those things that fly up in Cleveland in swarms?
Yeah.
Go to a baseball game, those little curved
Oh,
things?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Gotcha.
what they
Those
are.
things.
But they
Gotcha.
have their nymph form or whatever it is. It's actually like an aquatic nymph, and it lives for almost like a year in that stage. So I was like, well, that's not like really the shortest living span. So there are the houseflies. So houseflies can live up to 4 weeks.
Okay.
That's their average lifespan. But there's something else that's interesting and why I think flies are so damn annoying and never go away. Because in that 4 weeks, you know how many eggs a female can lay?
I would say thousands, probably.
Yeah, up to 1,000 eggs
In
in a
4 weeks.
freaking 4 weeks. One female fly.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, we have one gnat in here that's laying one egg at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. That hatches each Sunday.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, that's interesting with the flies because that's probably why they're so damn annoying. It literally feel like they never go away.
Right. I don't mind. Obviously, flies aren't fun to be around, but they don't like sting you or anything. They're just fucking
They're
annoying.
Yeah. They're hella annoying.
Yeah. But that's crazy. 1,000 in 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
I wonder, like how quickly they reproduce because I think they start to reproduce pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like within the first like day or two. That's crazy.
Jeez.
You just get born and then never mind.
Freaking
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
born, reproduce, die.
You're right. Hey, that's a life right there, son.
Better than a 24-hour lifespan, though. Shit.
Hey, that's true.
Man.
That's that makes sense, but that sucks.
So they're definitely not immortal.
Yeah. No, they are mortal.
No, I said they're definitely not immortal.
Okay. Well, I can't hear, even though I have headphones on.
You're right.
So my other one that me and Steve talked about has to do with the deep web.
Okay.
So I thought it was dark web at first, which I guess dark web is part of the deep web. But for those of you who don't know, which most people probably know what the deep web is, but it's basically almost inaccessible internet. Like you can get to it, but there's back alleyways and like certain
That you have to go through.
Yeah, you definitely want to use like a VPN and like yada, yada, yada.
Crazy stuff.
If you're into like hacking or anything like that, you probably spend some time out there. And like, not to bring the fucking mood down or anything, but like that's where people do like human trafficking and things like that. Like,
Dude, you can do, like, I've seen shit on Netflix where that's like where they can get drugs at too.
Right.
Like, I've seen people go through the dark web or the dark web and like order like ecstasy and all that stuff from different places.
So
I'm like, what the hell?
Right. And it's all basically, I don't know all the technicalities of it, but you're basically being protected by your VPN usually. Which
payments are usually in like Bitcoin or some type of different currency, and
so
it's all types of crazy.
It's just a crazy thing. But I told Steve at first, I was like, like the dark web makes up like 30% of the internet, and that was just me like thinking, and I'm like, well, let me fact check myself real quick, but I think it's like most of the internet, or I think I said the regular internet's like 30%, and then the dark web's like the other 60 to 70%.
I could see that.
And I was like, let me fact check that real quick. So I looked up dark web, and the dark web is 5% of the internet. So not all that much, but a significant portion. But they said the dark web is part of the deep web, which is just a bigger part of all that.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, that's what I was thinking of. And I looked that up, and it says, estimates place the size of the deep web at anywhere between 96 and 99% of the internet. It said only a tiny portion of the internet is accessible through a standard web browser, generally known as the clear web.
I could see that.
So there's 95% plus of the internet that we're not seeing.
But also think of it this way. Hold on, my foot itches. I'm sorry.
That's so weird because mine does too.
Right. We need to go play the lottery,
Right.
bruh. But think about it this way. So, like, whenever you go and you're looking at things online, typically you're not looking up a lot.
Right.
Right? Like,
Basic
it's
stuff.
basic stuff. I mean, like, school websites or, business websites or little things like that. So you're not really utilizing a lot of it. But then you think about it, I watch a lot of movies and shit like that, but you've got a lot of people that can like hack into a lot of things. And if you have to hack into a lot of things, like, why do you have to hack into majority of the internet?
Well, that's
that's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's basically what brought this all up with me and him was like hacking and things like that. And then we were talking about all the information on the internet. To kind of start at the beginning of our conversation, we talked about AI. Yeah. And we were like, that's the problem with AI is that Steve said something along the lines of like, as people, we know like 0.00001% of information, like as each individual. Like we don't know shit individually, which is fair. But then I was like, that's the crazy thing about AI is the internet knows everything. Like, and then that's, if we start to merge, that's where the problem goes. And then that's when I was like, what the even crazier thing is? The internet that we think of, like you can think of basically anything you want and you can find the answer or some information on the internet. But that's only 3 to fucking 4% of the internet. So what is the additional 95%?
What results could you find on the other 95?
Yes.
Scary.
Yeah, scary stuff.
It'd be scary.
Scary stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what started that whole conversation. It's just
that's nuts.
Crazy that you think of the internet as basically all information ever, which it borderline is, give or take a little, obviously.
Yeah.
But then we don't see 95+% of it.
And think of all the scary shit we do see on that 5%.
Exactly.
Like the scary stuff where like, you've got the pedophiles, you've got the,
the Wayfair.
The Wayfair. But yeah, I mean, you've even got that shit like the slave, not slave, but the sex trades and kid trafficking.
Right.
What am I thinking of? Sex trafficking.
Right. So, yeah, I know.
Yeah, shit like that. But like, that's on to your point, the clear web, like the 5% of it, like, there's so much shit that you can do on the dark web that is hella scary. Like, think about it. Contract killers probably.
Yeah, that's where you get, like, assassins. Yeah, that's like, where you get kidneys. That's.
Oh, man. I'm glad, like,
I don't recommend going there.
Hell no.
Please don't.
It's
If you
just
do,
scary how that shit's out there.
if you do, don't mention us.
Yeah,
Please.
please
not-
don't. Like,
It's not all bad. It can be used for good.
yeah, I mean, it definitely
Do you
could.
have experience?
But my thing
Don't
is,
answer
you
I'm
that.
not
shouldn't.
answering that.
But
I plead the fifth.
even if it could be utilized for good, you shouldn't have to jump through that many hoops.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So there could be some good use for it.
If you're going
But
through
F
all
that.
this shit, like, you're up to something.
Yeah.
You are up to something.
Yeah.
5'7".
I don't know what that means.
I'm up to 5'7".
You're 5.
Get out of
Okay.
here.
Yeah. But you're like 6 foot, 6'1". So you're not quite fully in it, which is good.
It's all right. He ain't in it to win it.
All right. What else you got?
All right, man. So this one has to do with our body.
Ooh.
So our body, which I thought this was kind of interesting as well, but your body has about 6 quarts of blood in it.
Okay.
And this 6 quarts of blood circulates through your body 3 times a minute.
Okay. Wow. 6
So-
quarts. How many quarts are in like a gallon? Does anybody know?
4,
4 quarts in a gallon?
I think.
I'm gonna Google it.
Are you Googling
Go,
it?
go for it.
So think about it. So 3 times in a minute. So that's what? 6 times 3, 24.
18.
18. So 18 quarts in a minute.
Yeah, there are 4 quarts in a gallon. So we got a gallon and a half of blood.
Yeah. So in that minute, it goes through your body 3 times.
That's 20 seconds.
So in one day, blood travels in your body a total of 12,000 miles, which is equivalent to 4 times across the United States, coast to coast,
Damn.
in one day.
That's crazy.
Mind blown when I read that. I
4
was like, what
times.
the hell?
4
What?
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, just to think
So
that you're-
like down, back, like
Yeah.
4 times.
like pretty much from head to toe.
Jesus.
It's nuts.
Mine's probably doing half of that because it's fucking clogged.
Okay, I guess it didn't go like I guess the average human then,
No, I get you.
a healthy human.
12. How many miles?
12,000 miles in a day.
12,000 miles.
Yep.
But I feel like going across the country is like 4,000 or 5,000 miles.
Coast to coast.
Yeah. How long is it from like California to like fucking West Virginia?
No, now I don't know all that shit.
Can you Google that, Justin, on your phone? How far is it from California to West Virginia?
Is that coast to coast?
Basically, it's pretty damn close.
Okay.
It's more or less a straight shot, depending on where you are in California, I guess. But
Because it's saying 4 times across the U.S., so that'd be 3,000 miles. Is essentially what it's saying.
that might be right. Because from here to Florida,
I did my math right that time.
from
It's the redemption.
from here to Florida, which is like in the center of Florida where my grandparents are, it's like 1,200 miles. So yeah, 2.5 of those would probably be
Approximately 2,500 to 3,500.
right. Okay.
depending.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's right there in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so about 4 times.
Right. That's
That's
wild.
nuts.
That is crazy.
That's a lot of blood.
Right. And I can't even fucking run like 100 yards, dude.
It's
I'll
crazy.
fucking have a heart attack. It'll stop. My heart only wants to go 100 yards at a time, dude.
So just think how fast. I wonder how. I wonder how fast that is though.
Well,
Like if they were to put that into miles per hour.
so you're talking 18 quarts, which is what 4.5 gallons every minute.
Every minute.
No. No.
So
Don't
what,
look
you
at
would
me
have
for
to time-
don't look
you
at
would
me for
time-
math.
But you would times that by 60, right, to get an hour.
Yeah,
So what's
and
4
then times 24.
4 times 6 is 12, 24, right?
4 times 6 is 24.
And so we have 2,400 because it'd be.
Yeah, and then times 24 for the day.
Oh God, see, I can't.
Yeah, I don't know numbers and stuff.
So whatever 2,400.
That's
times
what our
24
Patreon's
is.
for.
Yeah.
Comment, please. Get
Let
out
us
of
know the answer to that one.
Make a subreddit.
But we know that it comes out to a lot.
Yeah, it comes out to
And our blood
more
can
than I
travel.
can handle.
Our blood has gone across the United States 4 times in one day. Each day.
Times 365 days for the year.
Yep.
Times 30, about 32 years old here
Yeah.
in the couple weeks. So, when's your birthday? What's the date?
The 6th. I think we'll actually be recording on that day.
Are we?
I think it's a Sunday.
Okay, nice. My birthday's on the 11th.
Oh, shoot.
Yep, and I got that whole week off work, son.
I don't.
I'm excited.
Birthday
So
week,
excited.
huh?
Yeah, and I'm
Gang,
going to do
gang.
fucking nothing. It's going to be a problem. I'm going to sit in my fucking bed.
He's
and-
going to sit here and time his blood on how long it takes to get to and from
It's going to
California
take
to
mine
West
a lot
Virginia.
longer. So you said it'll do 6 quarts in 3 times in a minute, right? My blood probably
6 quarts, 3 times in a minute.
my blood probably does 3 quarts a half time a minute. So I'm fucking clogged up, son. All right, guys, a little break in the action here to shout out our Patreon producers and our small
Small balls. He's got to shout out his small balls.
I think I gotta keep this in. It's gonna go in the episode. So, thank you to our Patreon producers. I got them here. Taylor, Tom, Sarah, Barili, Steve, Joel, Teach a Dummy Podcast, Teach a Dummy Podcast, motherfucker, and Nate. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
It's been a long day. We've recorded a lot of stuff, and if you're watching the episode, which you clearly are, or listening, or whatever, shit's about to get wild. So please stay with us.
like it already has in small balls. Come on.
But yeah, thank you to our Patreon producers. You mean the world to us. Thank you to everybody on the Patreon. Thank you to everybody who's just listening or watching or laughing or subscribing.
Yes.
Or all that
thank you
kind of stuff. Thank you guys so much. And keep in mind, if you do want to be on an episode, our Patreon producer tier guarantees you a spot to be on an episode. So Joel just signed up. Me and him kind of briefly talked about it for a second, but we are going to try to get Joel on here eventually. But yeah, so thank you guys who are on the Patreon, and just thank you to everybody. And then a big thank you to our small business sponsor.
Yes, Brew Baker Photography. Thank you very much for your support. As always, you continue to support us, so we're going to continue to shout you out. With that, they do have a couple new photos on there. Also new wallpapers. I like it a lot.
Yes.
A few sunsets on there that I saw, which is actually really nice. The wallpaper is dope, not for me because it's way too bright, but it looked nice.
Right.
But it's just the sun right there. It's a perfect shot of it up in the air. But yeah, it's just too bright for me. I don't know. I don't like bright things on my phone.
I feel it.
Yeah, but it was definitely good.
But
quality.
yeah, they take fantastic pictures.
Yes.
That's Brubaker Photography, BRUBAKER.
dope.
That's what I'm talking about. Find them on Facebook, facebook.com/Brubaker Photography 1. As always, that link's below as well. And then we do want to mention, we do still have some small business sponsorship opportunities as well, all through the Patreon. If you sign up for that to promote your Instagram, your OnlyFans, your whatever you want,
Through it in a
your
second.
podcast, your Twitch stream, all that kind of stuff.
Your neighbor.
Yeah, your neighbor, your small balls, whatever. Sign up on Patreon, and when you do, you get access to everything as well. So
Might be 8 minutes ago, but you'll get access to it.
it makes sense if you're in the future, I guess. Yeah, well, that'll make sense, I promise. This is a wild ad read. I think we're done
Thank you
now.
for your support.
Thank you, guys. Peace. Back to the action.
What the fuck just happened?
I don't know.
That was the best ad.
This is just an interesting fact. I don't even know if how deep we can get into this one. But did you know deserts don't have to be hot?
Well, I know deserts aren't hot during the night.
They still are.
now, usually deserts get cold as shit though at night.
Well, yeah, that's true. But this says the definition of a desert is simply a place that receives less than 10 inches of precipitation per year.
See, I didn't know that. I literally, like, as soon as somebody says desert, that's the first thing I go to is it's hot.
Well, right. But so in theory, like Alaska, well, not Alaska, but like the North Pole is technically a desert. Because it probably doesn't rain up there that often.
Okay.
It was weird because it was another one of those moving art things that we were talking about. And they mentioned it was some cold area. They were showing like polar bears and stuff. And they're like, this area is the whatever desert. And they're like, that's a fun fact. And I looked it up. Obviously, I don't trust Netflix on everything.
Right.
But
it's on Netflix. It must be true.
Right.
No, that's the internet. I'm sorry.
Right. But then, yeah, I looked it up on the internet. So didn't go to the deep web that might fact check that.
Yeah.
But yeah, deserts, the definition of a desert is any place that gets under 10 inches of rainfall a year.
That's crazy.
So a desert can be like a cold, icy place, technically. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it's just an interesting one. It doesn't...
I like it.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
All right, you got one more?
Yeah, I got one more. This one is just kind of it's interesting because I never looked at it into this perspective. But it's probably the best example that I've ever seen comparing 1 million to 1 billion.
Okay, go ahead.
So, like, a lot of people, me personally, I don't even think I really understand the difference between a million and a billion when somebody's like, would you rather have a million? No, like money-wise and stuff like that.
Please rephrase that.
But, like, money-wise, you know, it's both a shit ton in my
Right.
eyes, right? Like,
Yeah.
I look at it as whether I have a million or I have a billion, like, I'm set.
A million, you are not set for life.
Well, not set for life, but I'm good. I'd be comfortable.
A billion is 1,000 millions,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, I know.
I'm picking the bill.
So, New York Times gave an example
Mm-hmm.
of a comparison and broke it down into seconds.
Okay.
So 1 million seconds and 1 billion seconds.
I think I've heard this too. I like it though.
So 1 million seconds is equivalent to about 12 days.
Mm-hmm.
1 billion seconds
Isn't it like
is equivalent to
40 years or something like that?
31.7 years.
That's so crazy.
Yes.
So
That's-
So
you go from days to years, just adding
12
some-
days, right?
Adding some zeros.
yeah. So like when you do
3
the
zeros to be exact.
Just
when you do the
some-
common math like Adam did, like yeah, it's 100,000 or 100
It's 1,000
1,000
millions.
millions,
Yeah.
right? Like that's obvious. It's a lot more.
Right.
When you say 1 million and 1 billion, but you still think like it's still a shit ton either way.
Right.
But when you break it down from 12 days to 31.7 years,
Well, that would make sense because if 12 days is 1 million, let's break out the calculator for this one, but not the last one. 12
not my
days
6 times 4.
times 1,000 is obviously 12,000 days divided by 365. Oh, this says 32.8. Well, there's probably like leap years and just crazy things, but basically 32 years. That's wild.
It's nuts.
That's wild.
Insane. But yeah, I just
Because you don't think, okay, well, 1,000 millions is 1 billion, right? Okay, so if 1 million is 12 days, you're like, okay, well, 1,000 of those, right, wouldn't equal 32 years.
No.
That just sounds wrong.
right.
Like 1,000 of 12 days, like that's a couple years. Like what?
That doesn't compute to me.
32 years, more or less. Yeah,
It's insane.
that's crazy.
It just makes you like I don't know. I guess that's why I just love looking at things in different
Yeah.
Makes
different
me
views.
hate Jeff Bezos
Well, that's-
even more.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know if we've brought it up on the episode.
I think once or twice.
It might have been with you. I don't even remember. But it's something along the lines of like Jeff Bezos. If he had, I think it was still $100 bills, or it might have been ones, but I think it was $100 bills. He could put $100 bills in a row and go to the moon and back, like fucking like I think like 13 times
Yeah.
or something like that. I
Damn.
could be wrong there, but it's like It's either hundreds or it's ones. I don't remember. Either way, it's impressive.
Right,
But it's
that's
like a
lot.
couple times back and forth to the moon.
Support your small businesses.
You're right. And I'm asking for $2 a month. Patreon.com/podcast.
Do that.
Link in the description. Or buy a beanie or merch or
So
whatever.
we can start stacking hundreds to the moon.
Right. I just want never mind. I'm not even going to say that.
We can start stacking quarters to the moon.
Yeah. So in the words of intuition, I don't want to be a millionaire. I'm just trying to be a thousandaire. So that's all I want.
Shit, we can be a hunting-aire.
I'm just trying to put
Day.
gas in my car. What are you
Right.
talking about?
Can I eat tomorrow? Like, that's all I need.
Love you guys.
So this is just another like kind of just random fact that's not, I don't even think there's too much to dive into here either, but it's kind of a two-parter. So this is the fastest object ever recorded on Earth. The fastest object. An underground nuclear bomb test launched a 4-inch thick steel disc, basically like a manhole cover, at an estimated 125,000 miles per hour, or 5 times the Earth's escape velocity.
Jesus.
125,000 miles per hour. And then it says, to kind of put it in perspective, the New Horizons spacecraft maxed out at 36,000 miles per hour. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So it's like, what, almost
lot
4
times that?
times what the space shuttle does?
What? I'll look it up. What's the speed of sound? Like 600 miles an hour?
I don't know.
That's
Speed of
fast.
light. Look up the speed of light.
That's like 300,000 miles an hour.
Is it? But still, you went half the speed of light.
That's insane.
A fucking manhole cover.
I'd hate to be that manhole cover.
I would love to be that manhole cover. You're just going through everything.
299,000
Okay. Miles per hour?
miles per second.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Okay, well, that's a bit different.
Yeah, you ain't going a third times that. Nope.
Right.
You, that's fast.
Yeah. I think
Dang.
Light's
my
fast.
my blood and my heart could not keep up.
Dude, there was something I found out that I actually found really interesting, kind of touching base on that.
125,000 miles per hour. Imagine.
How
seeing-
did they record that?
It said an estimated,
Okay.
but it's science, and they're doing nuclear tests, so it's probably a legit estimation.
Oh, so here it is.
you would think.
Was
right?
this Chernobyl?
No, it was. Oh, I don't know. I didn't actually look where it was.
Said underground?
Yeah,
So
might have been like Nevada or something.
So this shit was cool because this is what triggered it. But so when you break glass, right?
Right.
How fast do you think those cracks travel?
Oh, I don't know.
I used to know this.
That doesn't help right now.
I know.
You can't use that on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
They can move. They can
Can I
move
call
up
a
to
friend?
speeds of 3,000 miles per hour.
3,000 miles
This
per
the
hour.
cracks. Yeah,
Damn.
isn't that shit crazy? Because I never even thought of that, but because it happens so instantaneous
Right.
almost. But like how frames per second, is that the word I'm looking for?
For like cameras and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, would you even be able to slow-mo that shit?
There's some crazy ones. It won't do 3,000 frames a second, but it'll do quite a bit. And then what you can do, say you can do like 1,000 frames per second. I don't think you can, but if you can, you would do that, and then you would see the distance that it's traveled per frame, and then use
I
some
got
math.
you.
And
That'd be crazy, though, man.
I know how to do it, but I don't know how to do it. So
I never thought of it that way. Because,
Yeah.
again, like, it's just instantaneous whenever you
Right.
see glass break. And
yeah, that's wild.
but that shit's traveling up to 3,000 miles per hour.
So this last one, I don't think you have any more, do you?
I'm all out.
So this last one actually, it's along those same lines too, but it has to do with the speed of light. So we're kind of all in the same realm here.
Okay.
But I want to open it up to a discussion afterwards that I've thought of,
It's
which
scary.
is
Oh,
risky.
boy.
So let me see.
Look, he's too nervous to even get it out.
No, I just can't read because I'm dumb. It takes, which this is kind of a not a common fact, but kind of. It takes 8 minutes and 19 seconds for light to travel from the sun to the earth. That's relatively common. Not everybody knows that, but some people are like, yeah, I knew something like that. So if aliens were looking from far enough away, and this is my part, if aliens were looking from far enough away, they wouldn't see the current version of the world. They would see the past.
Yeah.
So that's something I've always thought of, is that, like, from the sun to the earth, it takes 8 minutes. So if you're looking at the earth from the sun, you're seeing technically what happened 8 minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
Because it takes that long for the light to get to you. So if aliens are fucking galaxies away or whatever, and they're potentially looking at years ago in the past. So that's why they're not coming, is because they're seeing the 1930s and they're like, that shit's whack.
Or are they...
Does that make sense?
Yeah, or is it because they're not coming because... Hold on, I'm coming back to that one. 'Cause I had a question in my head, but I just screwed myself up trying to get it out.
But in that, like, if you were thinking, aliens are looking at us from galaxies away, they're not seeing what's happening now. They're seeing what's happening years ago.
Thought that every time you look out into the sky,
Right.
look at the stars. Those are dead stars already.
Right. Oh, yeah,
That
that's
don't
true.
twinkle, by the way.
Yeah, they know. Well, if you see one, that's the crazy thing, too. If you see one twinkle, a.k.a. blow the fuck up, that happened probably hundreds of thousands of years ago.
It's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. So if we can see that, aliens can see us. What's the likelihood that they're seeing, that they're close enough that they can see our current technological advances and things like that? They're seeing the fucking 1300s where there's nothing but fucking cavemen running around.
So I got a question. This is not what I was going to ask, by the way. This is something completely different. And I know it's not possible, so don't even say some shit right after I ask
I'm
this.
excited now.
But so let's say that we were to travel to the sun. Again, I know it's not possible, right? But once we get to the sun, we'd be looking at the Earth 8 minutes and some seconds
Right.
behind, right?
Right.
So we'd essentially be in the future. How? I don't know. Hold on. So if we travel to the sun, and we get to the sun,
Yeah.
Earth is now currently 8 minutes behind
Your time.
my time. So I just traveled essentially 8 minutes into the future.
Kind of, yeah.
Now, let's say I did that,
Uh-huh.
and then I traveled right back home.
Mm-hmm.
Would I essentially be 16 minutes into the future?
No, because
Like when I came back?
because now you're reversing the speed of light. If you're going away from the light source.
Okay, but let's say that I'm up there for 8 minutes,
Okay.
right? I'm chilling, right? I'm
Yeah.
having a cup of tea up at the sun
Okay.
for 8 minutes,
That's a hot ass cup of tea, bro.
right? Pinky's up.
Right. Fancy.
So I'm up there. Takes me. I go up there. I'm 8 minutes into the future.
Right.
I'm chilling for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And now I travel back.
Yeah.
Am I still offset? I was just chilling up in the galaxy or up in the sun for 8 minutes.
I think you're. Well, first of all, it would take like.
Are you talking like Scotty beam you up there? You get up there instantly.
I'm talking about I'm talking about like I'd travel like spaceship travel.
So Google this for me, Justin.
How long does it take to get there?
Yeah, on a spaceship, because it takes like thousands of years.
Well, that's some bullshit. Let's.
I think an 8 minute difference isn't gonna mean
Well,
much.
then I guess we're going with beam me up, Scotty.
When you've been dead for 950 years.
So I get a hold of Scotty.
Okay.
Okay.
Scotty doesn't know though.
Dude, that was epic.
Scotty doesn't know.
That was epic. He doesn't know yet, but he
Oh
will.
Lord!
But
Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty's
Thank
gonna
you.
beam me up, right?
Okay.
I'm
Why
calling
does that
Scotty.
feel like it was for Jackie?
It's for anybody and everybody.
Right. He beams me up to
man.
Earth.
Yes.
Right. Me and Scotty are chilling.
You're beaming up to Earth?
Yeah, and I'm FaceTiming Scotty, and we're having tea.
You just said you're beaming up to Earth, bro.
I'm beaming up to the sun.
That's about all Scotty can do for you.
I'm beaming up to the sun.
Okay.
All right. So now me and Scotty are FaceTiming. Okay. I'm at the sun.
FaceTiming.
Drinking my tea.
You're
for
so
8
far
minutes.
away from satellites.
It's a solar powered.
Okay. All right. I fucks with it.
Unlimited life, baby.
Right.
Shoot, for that 8 minutes of my life up there in the sun. So I travel up to the sun for 8 minutes. Now I come back.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to be in the future.
So technically, well, I don't know how that would work. Because I would think...
If it's instantaneous, then yes.
I feel like you would be gaining 8 minutes of life. But... It also depends.
Almost like daylight savings time, but nobody else got impacted.
You just got Thanos snapped?
I mean, I guess.
You just got Thanos snapped.
Right. I guess. But yeah, it would.
This is not the discussion you were looking for, was it?
It's the exact discussion
Yes.
I was looking for.
Hell yes.
No, I think because this is what I'm thinking.
Okay. Yes. Now
Follow
your
me
side
on
of
here.
it.
Follow me here.
Did you not just hear the trail that I put us down?
It's hard to climb back, but I'm trying.
I'm just letting you know, if anybody can follow my trail, I think we're good for yours.
So, but my thing is, I think if you're on Earth, like say right now,
Okay.
well, I don't know what time it is. We'll say like 8:30. It's 8:30 right now.
Okay.
And you beam up to the sun. You chill for 8 minutes, 20 minutes, a half hour, or whatever. Right?
So when you beam up to the sun at 8:30 Earth time,
right,
is it still Earth 30? Is it still 8:30 at the sun where you beamed up at?
Well, technically,
or would it be 8:38?
This is just a visual thing, though, because what you're seeing, I guess that's the difference. What you're seeing is from 8 minutes ago, but what's actually happening is still on par with where you're at.
And there is no time on the sun because you're not going around anything.
I don't know what that means.
So that shit's like stationary up there.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if you beamed up from Earth to the sun and chilled for a half hour and then beamed back down, it's going to be a half hour difference on Earth because you're not beaming up and then beaming back down and like, oh, I was there for a half hour.
So then
that's not how it works.
Let's twist this.
Okay. This is what I'm here for.
Let's twist
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
So if we're traveling to the
Says my
sun, we'd technically be in the past. We'd be looking at the past.
No, we would be in the future because
but we'd be
because
looking
we're
at the
closer
past.
to the light.
Yeah, but we'd be looking at the past, right?
Right.
So if I wanted to see into the future,
you just stare at the sun.
I'd have to travel to the core of the Earth. Is that correct?
Oh my God.
We'll roll with it. What you got?
That's what I got.
That's what you got? Okay.
That's what I got. I'm traveling to the core.
Well, I don't think the core is long enough because it's 300,000. Was it feet or 300,000 miles per second? Right.
Oh,
the
for
speed of light.
Yeah.
So the core isn't.
Don't quote me on that.
Well, you Googled it.
You know what?
We're quoting Google.
It was like,
Did you Google it and then
Oh my
not know
God.
how to Google it and you made some shit up?
no.
You fired.
It might have been 300
That's
million.
twice this
300 million?
Three
Yeah, that's
hu-
the second time you got fired in like 4 days.
You know what? Don't even start with me.
I'll let you in this time. I'm nice.
Hey, wait. Special announcement. This just in. Justin, you're fired.
Oh, you trumped him.
Oh,
You fired.
you're fired.
Not you, but
All
him.
right.
Okay.
I'm out.
All right, deuces.
Wait, hold on real quick.
Wait,
Hey,
but
hey,
can
hey,
you stay for the end of the episode, please?
Yeah, we need somebody to do the timer.
Yeah, can you? Okay, but thank you.
So,
no,
are you trying to tell me no, this wouldn't happen then? I couldn't see into the future?
I don't believe that's how it works because I don't think from Earth, like where we are right now, to the center, to the core,
Yeah.
is more than 300,000 miles.
So I can only see into the past if I travel up to the sun because of the distance.
Right. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
Going the distance.
If aliens went farther
Yeah.
and farther and farther outside of our galaxy, then they would be seeing farther and farther into the past.
So
Now, what's happening, the stuff on Earth and the aliens existing on fucking Pluton or whatever are still happening simultaneously, but the light from Earth getting there
Yeah.
takes so long, that they're not seeing the light from until,
So
like,
would you...
You know what I mean.
Would you say, God, this is getting my brain working.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I like this one, because it opens up
This could have just been an episode.
I'm here for it.
So...
The camera's got plenty of battery. Let's go.
Would you say that that's why... And I don't know this for a fact because I've never met an alien.
I don't know what you're gonna say, but obviously.
But anything that you read about aliens or anything you hear about aliens or see about aliens, it talks about how technologically advanced they are.
Right.
Would you say that's because no matter where the hell they're at, they're in the future?
No, I wouldn't say that. And let me school you real quick.
I didn't know you were an alientologist.
I'm an alientologist, bro.
Oh, man.
Time out. Is alientologist even a thing?
Yeah. We made it up.
I love it.
Let me tell you something.
Learns me.
I'm learning you, bro. So the reason that they wouldn't be in the future, is that what you asked? I think that's what you asked.
Essentially.
I'm only half listening because I got fucking scrambles up here.
Get the tinfoil.
Yeah. I'm not going to say nothing. But the reason that would not be the case is because other galaxies also have suns. So their light source is coming from a different spot.
So technically it's just their real time.
Right.
But
I don't know what I just agreed with, but I think so.
Could they always be, let's say that they're at their galaxy.
Okay.
Right? So you got your aliens on their galaxy.
Draw me something. All right, cool.
Right.
Yep.
Here's us. We're
Okay.
on the greener grass.
Yep. Shout out Greener Grass Podcast.
Right.
And shout out Teach a
Teach
Dummy
a dummy,
Podcast.
right?
Are-
Let's teach something.
Yeah, I was going to
real
say,
quick.
are the Teach a Dummy guys, those are the aliens?
Those are the aliens.
Because they're smart. They teach us stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And the Greener Grass, they're also smart, but...
It looks like Earth. It's us.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
So aliens are in their galaxy, and they're looking at us Earthlings.
Where do we come in here?
They're looking...
We're the sun.
What? I don't know. I don't need us yet. I don't
Okay.
need us yet.
Okay.
But they're on their own galaxy, right? When
Okay.
they look at us, let's say that we're 8 years, we're 50 years behind, right?
Okay.
Right? So technically they're 50 years ahead of us.
Visually,
Yeah. Right?
Okay.
So let's say that they just keep an eye on us for years and years and years and years, right? They got tabs.
Right.
So they see us make weapons in 1950,
Right.
but really they're making some 2000 shit,
Right.
right?
But then when they get there, we're also making some 2000 shit. Because we're 50 years ahead of where their light was showing us at.
Dude, fuck time travel.
No, I love time travel.
No, fuck time travel. Like, that's so difficult.
I know.
Like, I have an issue at work. I get confused with third shift schedule because of, like, how they call, like, Mondays or Sundays and Sundays and their Mondays and shit like that. Like...
It's Sunday, you're going in for Monday.
Yeah,
what the hell?
bro, like, what the hell? Or they're like, oh, yeah, I've got Wednesday off, and come Thursday, they're not there. It's like, what the hell? Or Tuesday or something. I'm like, I don't understand this.
You still don't understand
But,
clearly.
Right. But I guess that would make sense, though, if, once they travel to us, and that shit would be 50 years old.
Well, right. But
Right.
check this out. Let me throw another loop in it. So...
I don't know if I need any more loops
no, this
right
is
now.
real shit, right?
All right.
So they're looking back at us, and they're seeing the 1950s, right?
Okay, yeah.
But we're really in 2000.
Right.
They're also in 2000, right?
Right.
So for them to get to us, for us to be still in 2000,
Yeah.
they have to travel that speed of light for 50 years.
Okay.
So then we're in 2050 by the time they get there.
Right.
Unless they
But-
unless they fucking know Scotty.
But listen, all right. So they travel. They don't know Scotty, or Scotty doesn't know them.
Scotty doesn't know that he knows them.
Scotty doesn't know anything. Right
That's
now.
a bar.
So let's rerun this.
Okay.
Right. Now
I think people hate us.
they probably do. So they're
This
traveling.
is quality
How many
content.
how many people are gonna unsubscribe this week?
So
I love it.
humans, right?
So
us humans
Hummins.
are the ones that have or track the light of speed. The speed of light, right?
Yeah.
The light of speed. This shit's blowing my mind and confusing the hell out of me at the same time.
I love it.
Like, have you ever things are just sneaking so fast up here that you can't
That's
get
why
them
I
out?
said the scrambles.
Yeah, oh my God, it's
got 'em.
horrible. So,
It's like the zoomies for a dog, but in my brain.
so let's say that it's a 1950, right?
Yeah, okay.
Over here. Or it's
Okay.
2000.
So,
whatever.
Man,
I don't know.
okay, Tom. All right, I'm going to say it because I thought it was fun. You said it's 1950, and I was going to say, so we're hitting women.
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit.
Not me. Not me.
ain't
Not
do
me.
that.
But
It was
that's
the
just a fact.
1950s.
That's just a fact. That's what happened.
The damn aliens.
It's just a topical joke.
So when they're looking at us and they're getting ready to travel, right?
Sorry, guys.
They're going to see us.
This isn't even Patreon.
They're going to see us when we hit the speed of light,
Yeah.
right? But it's
Sure.
going to be like 50 years, right? Like, oh yeah, they hit it 50 years ago. And they're
Right.
going to be 50 years more advanced visually,
Right.
right? So that means they're going to be able to travel faster than our actual speed of light.
But they're not going to be able to travel faster than the
Which
speed of light.
means-
300,000 miles a second.
Listen, our Scotty could do it. Do you not think an
Yeah, but
alien
it's the
Scotty
distance.
can do some more crazy
How?
shit?
All right, Justin, Google this. How fast did Scotty's beam go?
Dude, I have
I'm
a
just kidding.
bad feeling.
I'm just kidding.
I
You
was
can't.
about to
I
do
have
it.
a bad
Don't
feeling
pull up
about
images.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about that Google result. How fast? How long was Scotty's beam?
Were there any residual effects?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know what you've been saying for the last 5 minutes, but it sounded good.
I don't know, man. That shit's crazy though.
But okay, so to wrap this conversation up, obviously we're kind of speaking hypotheticals and things like that.
Absolutely.
But the science behind that is actually real.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. That, like, if you were far enough away from us and you had a telescope that happened to look at us, you would be seeing potentially years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, because light is not moving that fast.
So a shooting star. Is
Okay.
that recent?
No, that's forever ago.
No shit.
Yeah.
Are you talking about a shooting star?
Shooting star.
Well, no,
not
yeah,
an
those
exploding
are
star.
those are like meteors, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, most of the time. Those are,
Well, that's just falsification then.
well, I think it's something like we actually get hit with like thousands of meteors a day, but by the time that they come through the atmosphere, they burn up
Yeah.
and they don't actually like cause any damage or anything like that.
All right,
A lot of them don't even make it to the ground.
You're asking too many questions.
Yeah.
This is gonna go off.
I know.
I didn't ask you to Google nothing, but yeah, like you're our official Googler from now on. Sorry.
Google.
That's why I brought my own computer.
Hey,
Yeah.
Google.
Well, yeah, so like
Notice how it's hey Google and not hey Alexa.
that's because his name's Justin.
Because he's got a freaking
But
The right phone.
the
yeah. Thank you. And we use the internet and we go to Google. You know, like Google Chrome. We don't say.
I
hey,
have Google Chrome.
Hey, can you surf the Safari for me?
No, Safari's deep in my phone. I don't even use it. I use Google Chrome
Yeah.
on an iPhone,
Yeah.
which is the superior combination.
Yeah. Google
Anyway.
Chrome is the shit.
Anyway,
Shout out Android.
but we're cutting that part out. Fuck Android. But for real, they're gonna see a clip right here. It goes clip, and it's just me. It's cutting that part out.
We're
So-
traveling to the sun. You'll see us 8 minutes ago.
You'll see us 8 minutes ago.
Oh my
Can
god.
we make that into a shirt? We're traveling to the sun. We'll see you 8 minutes ago.
That needs to be on the back of our shirts, our Patreon shirts.
Oh man! All right.
Like, what the hell?
That's okay. All right. But the wild thing is, like, that's an actual fact.
Yeah.
Like, that's how big the universe is like,
That we know of.
right?
Like, that's the shit that we know of.
And the thing that sparked all of this was Steve showed me a video, which I'd already seen, but maybe I'll post a link or throw it in here somewhere. I don't know. But it's a video of, like, zoomed in on, like, California, I would guess. I don't know. I didn't see that part close. And it just zoomed out. And it zoomed out to the Earth and the other planets and the sun and the Milky Way galaxy. And, like, it just kept going into, like, I don't even I don't even remember what they called it. It was like the web of the universe or something crazy like that. I don't even remember. But yeah, all this sparked that because it's like all of that, like we know is out there. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
And that's why it comes down to me not caring about like a late bill. Because in the grand scheme of things, it's not that important.
Tiny.
Yeah, tiny. Which, I mean, I got a pretty good credit score. It's not your credit score, but it's pretty good.
Man, dope.
Well, yeah. So I don't even know how to wrap up this episode because my brain's been fried.
And my head hurts.
But I think those were pretty good facts.
Yeah.
Some of
for
them were
sure.
fun. Some of them were simple. Some of them,
They're definitely mind blown for
yeah,
sure.
I guarantee we're going to see a drop off of listeners at about the 35-minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
People are just going to stop listening to
Which
us
I
rant.
encourage you not to because it gets better.
Yeah, you're telling them at the 58-minute mark or something like that. Like, they're already gone, dude. You should have said it earlier.
Love you.
It's okay.
Thank you if you stayed. If you stayed, please like and subscribe. Again, we're close to 200 subscribers.
Yes.
We're very close. But we want to get over 200 at least by the new year. That'd be pretty cool.
Be dope.
And then like our engagement and stuff like that, our views and all that have just been increasing
So keep that up.
every month.
Tell a friend that'll tell a friend that'll tell a friend that'll tell a
Yes.
friend to like and subscribe.
Yes.
And then tell a friend.
Telephono friend.
Telephone a friend.
Or strangers.
Or
I don't care.
strangers. Yeah.
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 Shout out to somebody in the galaxy.
Rock some merch. That way people ask about it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope too.
Yell AF so it goes out to the
Right.
out to the universe. Just yell it.
There you go.
Maybe in a couple years another galaxy will hear it.
Never mind.
8 minutes ago.
8 minutes ago. But yeah, guys, thank you for checking out episode 70. It has been crazy.
Yes.
And I loved it. I hope you did as well. Remember, we do have beanies on pre-order right now. Links below.
Pre-order that.
There are only 25 available, minus whatever our Patreon guys have gotten. So
get them while you can.
Yeah, I think there's like less than 20 now. So definitely sign up for that. $15. And then we got merch and everything like that. If you know anybody that listens to the show, give them a hoodie for Christmas or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Right. And if you don't know anybody listening to this show, get yourself a hoodie.
Or still get them a hoodie and force them to listen to the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for checking out episode 70.
Thank you.
Patreon.com/AverageAF podcast for a crazy amount of bonus shit. And have a good night.
Till next week. Peace.